So, now Powerpuff Girls. We all remember the Powerpuff Girls. The Powerpuff Girls were awesome. Um, even little boys loved Powerpuff Girls because just the animation was pretty cool and it got pretty violent. But Powerpuff Girls canceled CW trailer, which we're not going to be able to watch because I'm not getting this thing struck down. So I've already watched it, but I'm going to kind of go through just clips. Within the first 9 seconds here, we got Buttercup telling us that she's not going to wear a dress anymore because it's gender normative. And she's the rebellion, so she's not about that life. We have Buttercup, or Bubbles, who's apparently drinking. We've got the professor, who is like a black dude, apparently, and like there's the professor right there. It's just, I don't know what they were thinking with this. What were they actually, hang on. AVGN. What? Ass. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Exactly what it is. What were they thinking? I know, James. Exactly. And this is a good reason to show that why it was canceled. It doesn't have any of the charm of the Powerpuff Girls. You know, the innocent, like the Powerpuff Girls, while they were, some of the fights got a little violent, they were still innocent. Bubbles growing up to be like, doing this, whatever she's doing, and Bubbles growing up, and here she is throwing up after. This isn't Powerpuff Girls. You would think that the Powerpuff Girls, even though they were children, if they got older, they would still maintain some kind of semblance of what they were, especially if they're being raised by the professor. But this is complete contrast to what the Powerpuff Girls were, what they represent, the fun nature of it, while being innocent. Again, the fights got pretty violent. That was probably one of the coolest things. It was a Cartoon Network, and the fact that they pushed the envelope with some of the violence. You see teeth falling out, heads sometimes being. It was just limbs flying. It was so good. It was so good. But Powerpuff Girls canceled CW series trailer drops online, and it's one of the worst things ever created. Yeah, go and watch it while you can. I'm watching it. This is traditional animation. Everywhere else, it's been pretty much struck down. Like right here, copyright. So watch it while you can, or watch it online.
Daylight saving.
No. For someone who's already reacted to it, because I'm not getting my video taken down because of this stupid bulk. They're so ashamed of their product that's what they do. They will just copyright strike and take down anything because they're so freaking ashamed of it. It was apparently leaked, which is why they're doing it. So I'm not gonna show really any of it. Just kind of clicking through like that. The Powerpuff Girls. Mojo Jojo. And I think apparently they accidentally kill Mojo Jojo. It's just so fucking stupid. Mojo Jojo. It is me. I am here. I am here now. And it is me who is here. And who am I? I am Mojo Jojo. Okay, so not doing that. It's finally here. The long dead, much maligned Powerpuff Girls CW series, Powerpuff. Like, what? I wish they would have shown, like, is the mayor there? Is Miss Bellum there? And if Miss Bellum is there, would they still do the same shtick with her as they did in the cartoon, where you just see from the neck down, they, like, never show her face? They did it, I think they did once or so. But Miss Bellum's face, her name was Sarah Bellum. Get it? Sarah Bellum. Sarah. But the whole point was, like, whenever they had a chance to show her face, it would be covered up by like a newspaper or something would be in the way. And I think we saw her face maybe once. You know, I think maybe to the closer to the end of the series or whatever it was. But I think we saw her face like once. And she looked like what we thought she would look like. You know, her voice was like, I think they put in a lot of adult jokes for the mayor, especially with the way she talked. He's like, "Whoa, Miss Cerebellum, do it again." Of course, Mayor. Oh, um, this ill-fated live-action trailer adaptation, live-action adaptation of the Powerpuff Girls has been an industry punchline for years. I actually completely forgot about it. Hang on. Okay, apparently not. I know I talked about it, but it might have been in another video. But I looked it up, Powerpuff Girls, girls, power, Powerpuff, every combination of words I could think of, and apparently it's not around there. It might have been in another video where I just talked about it on the side or something. But yeah, I remember seeing this years ago, a couple years ago. It was like 2020, 2021 or something. Maybe a little sooner than that. But yeah, everyone was like, this looks stupid. We saw what the costumes looked like. We're like, this looks like you see cosplay look better than what we saw. I'm not wearing a dress anymore. It's so gender normative. Um, it's just the city of Townsville is under attack. Yeah, it's just called Powerpuff. Powerpuff. And like, what would they do with the, Fuzzy Lumpkins, Gangrene Gang, the Amoeba Boys, Mojo Jojo? Him. That would have been an interesting one to see. This dude. Hello, girls. Like the devil himself. Like this dude was like unstoppable. If the only time they beat him is when he let them beat him. But this dude, him, they made him look so goofy, and yet he was the most terrifying villain in the show. Because he was the devil. You can't kill the guy. But you had, like I said, the Amoeba Boys. Fuzzy Lumpkins and the Gangrene Gang, and Ace apparently did a little thing with gorillas for a while where he was like he took over while one of them was out. So Powerpuff Girls and Gorillas, the band Gorillas, canonically in the same universe apparently. Was it Murdoch, I think, was in jail or some crap, so Ace took over. But yeah, there's so many good villains. Freaking Sedusa. Like there's so many villains. And then you have like the dumber ones. Like one of the best episodes I remember is with the dad when he becomes a villain. The Eat Your Pee Professor. And like the whole family turns into villains. Probably one of the best episodes. Now close your eyes and hop aboard the Dreamland Express. But I said hop aboard the Dreamland Express. There's the episode with him when he leaves a bunch of riddles for the girls and they have to figure out the riddle, or else the professor's going to have to pay. And it was just not really pay. It's like the guy, the professor was at the restaurant and him promised the professor if the girls could figure out the riddles that I think it was like he'd get the like pancakes for free, but because they didn't figure it out, he'd have to pay full price. Full price. There was a lot of good episodes. A lot of good episodes. The mime. When he starts as the clown, and then it's the meme you see where, my first day of work compared to like my last day, you're all happy and then just, ew. Actually, I think that's on here. Power Puff mime. Yeah, this one right here. It's like my first day of work compared to my last day. It's so good. Um, but yeah, like the Powerpuff Girls is just such an iconic show. It's been around for so long. To see them disrespecting the show like that, disrespecting the characters, adding the modern audience terminology in, like the gender normative bulk. You can tell that the people were just trying to push more like a feminist sort of thing, and I'm glad it was canceled. Yeah, this person, the lack of innocence and light fun of the original content. This lacks the innocence and light fun of the original content. It's dark and miserable and frankly twisted. Oh yeah, the anime version. I don't think the idea of the Powerpuff Girls growing up is bad. Yeah, I mean, even though they're superheroes, they're gonna grow up. But I don't think with the professor, I don't think they would stray too far from how their characters were when they were little girls. I think they would maintain who they are because the professor, being a good, decent person who loves them, treats them right, even if Buttercup did have a rebellious phase, it wouldn't be as bad as they would, Bubbles wouldn't start drinking. They wouldn't do that because the professor would sure as hell not allow it. This level of incompetence in writing and production is actually impressive. It takes effort to be this uninspired and lazy. This looks like an SNL skit. Powerpuff Girls, it was good. Is this finished footage? Those are the worst flying scenes I've ever seen. Worst flying ever. I thought they'd at least try. This just looks like a rip-off Smosh skit. Probably. I thought there was AOC in the thumbnail. I'm all for an adult version, but they had to be trolling with this crap. This feels like a rejected Mads TV skit. Yeah, washing your eyes out. I mean, no one seems to be impressed by this. Was the newspaper picture supposed to be Mojo Jojo? Did they forget that he was a chimp with a giant brain? I don't know.
Was constant.
No. Yeah, Mojo Jojo. So Mojo Jojo was apparently a man instead of a monkey. So I guess people, the villains like the Amoeba Boys or or the Gangrene Gang, they might have just been regular people. I don't think him would have been the devil himself, like this humongously just strong, powerful, being, but more like just a stronger human or something. I don't know. Either way, that's stupid. If they couldn't make Mojo Jojo a monkey, then all the other villains would have just been complete crap. Because that was some of the appeal of the show. You had these interesting villains. When you got to see humans become villains, it was good. But then you had like a Godzilla type episode where they're like a whole Voltron type thing and they're fighting a giant monster. I think it was like a stand-in for Godzilla. I can't. Was it Godzilla or was it like a giant fish or one of those? But it was like a Voltron type thing, and they were like, I think they were in Japan. But yeah, so they had more than just human villains. They had a whole array of just oddly shaped looking villains. So if that's Mojo Jojo, and would he still talk the same? Mojo Jojo talks a very certain way. He is Mojo Jojo. Mojo Jojo is his name. Who are you asking? You are asking Mojo Jojo. He would talk like that. So if that guy wasn't doing that, then it's not Mojo Jojo. He's like, hello, my name is Mojo Jojo, and I'm going to get those Powerpuff Girls. If it was like that, it's not Mojo. Mojo Jojo, ha 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 ha. Like that. He just had a distinct. Oh, the episode where was it? Bubbles. I can't remember if she mind switch or what. It's Bubbles acting as like Mojo Jojo. So it's like, I am Mojo Jojo. Ha ha ha. It's like, oh my god, that's adorable. But yeah, this shitload of fuck. What were they thinking? But I'm glad. I'm glad. Bum 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 bum. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.